Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to share with you some information that's changed my life and changed a lot of my clients' lives too. And this is information about phototherapy patches that you put on your skin and they actually activate younger genes. So let me just dive right in, share my screen, and we'll start. And so I can teach you about how you can actually do some self-rejuvenation with light. So I'm Dr. Goggin from Feel Good Functional Medicine, and this is something that I've been using personally since a patient brought me this little sticker and said, hey, this made my pain go away. And I was like, interesting. I'd like to hear more about that. And then they said it was a phototherapy patch. And I looked at it and I said, there's no light there. So today, in the next few minutes, I'm going to teach you how this patch works and how you might be able to have a big change in your health using this patch, and how you can get them. Okay, so here we go. And the fact is, as we get older, our ability to rejuvenate falls because a few things happen. We start to turn off genes that we need to repair, and we have less of a pool of what's called stem cells. Stem cells are choose your own adventure type cells, and they help us repair by becoming different kinds of tissue. Okay, so what we want is to have more energy as we get older, to get stronger as we get older, and certainly to have less pain. And that is what we're talking about, the potential with putting a sticker on your body, a phototherapy sticker, that you actually can have this in your life. So the first question I get asked is, how did the person who invented these discover how to use this as a therapeutic? Well, he looked at natural systems such as the queen bee. Why does a queen bee live 50 times longer than worker bees? Why does a lobster actually get stronger as it ages? And why do certain species, when you cut off limbs, they can grow them back? Well, the trick is peptides. Peptides are tiny molecules that give our body instructions. And when you can change the concentration of these instruction molecules, you can actually change what's happening in the body. You already actually know about something like this. When sunshine shines on your shoulders, sunshine on my shoulders, you actually change the instructions in your body. You start to make vitamin D. All right. So when we can choose specific wavelengths of light, we can change very specific instructions. And so the big question is, right, everybody realizes there's not a light in this patch. How does it actually work? It works because you and I put out a little bit of light. And there's a picture on the left side of a man in front of a very specialized camera that picks up light coming off of the body. So when you put this patch on, it's like a little tiny mirror, and it's giving a tiny, almost like an IV of light to the skin of a specific wavelength. And when you use the Lifewave X39 patch, what the specific wavelength does is it increases GHK-Cu. That's the instruction molecule. That is the peptide, which is, peptides are very popular in holistic medicine right now because we know they turn on and off genes. And when you increase GHK-Cu in the body, you actually are altering the expression of 30% of your genes to a younger state. Pretty cool, huh? And what we know is when you put that patch on and starts to turn on your body's healing abilities, big things happen, such as improvement in energy, improvement in sleep. It's nice that the wrinkles get better, right? But that is a reflection of inside-out healing because you're turning on younger genes. This improves sports performance. So no matter what your age, you can recover faster, you can have a reduction in pain, and your body just starts to work better. So Lifewave is trying to expand their ability to help the body. And what we now are looking at is the potential for reduction in inflammation. Just so you can understand that this even works in animals, and it is not a placebo effect. This is a horse, and there's no placebo effect in horses. So this is 31-year-old center. After 6 months of using the Eon patch, his above shot is the first one. Above shot's on top, and his after shot, his before shot's on top, his after shot's below. He looks like a different horse. He's a much cooler horse also. And now the newest patch can improve strength, stamina, cardiovascular health. It is called the X49. It helps us build muscle fast, build muscle safely. People are able to work out harder, recover more quickly. And this really, what we see in people is an improvement in their muscle mass. So Lifewave, in all their wisdom, said, let's do some studies around this. And they looked at exercise measures, and they found a 31 to 70% improvement at 1 month in all of the endpoints they measured. Now, when we look at typical exercise studies, we might see 8% improvement over 6 months, 24% at 9 months, 17% at 3 months. And it gives more meaning to this 31 to 70% improvement in all measures at 1 month. That's because people are growing muscle. And Lifewave realized, well, when we're growing muscle, maybe we're helping bone. And then they decided to do a women's bone density study, looking at markers for bone breakdown. And they followed NTX in women who are using the X49 patch. And what they found is this NTX that goes up when you're breaking down bone, drop, drop, drop. So what we want is that to be very low. And that's what they saw, an improvement in this bone marker, suggesting that these women were actually laying down more bone. So I want to show you some pictures that helps you see the Lifewave glow. And this is what happens when people, for a few months, start to use these patches. We see a reduction in fine lines and wrinkles, an improvement in texture and color. The bags under the eyes get better. And these women really, they just look younger. As a physician, when I am looking at a new patient, I'm trying to gauge, where their health is by their overall appearance. And these women appearing younger, what I can tell is that when they get that Lifewave glow, they are feeling better too. So it's not just an external appearance, but it means that inside out healing is happening when you see people that look so much healthier and they have that like Lifewave glow. Like you can see here, the fine lines on her neck are so much improved. When we look at skin also, we see more rapid healing. Once again, a reflection of turning on the body's healing abilities. This is the paper-thin skin of a 95-year-old, right? Healing very quickly. A jellyfish sting, and this is really like a burn. 3 weeks later, remarkable improvement over that period of time, medically speaking. And now this one just amazes me every time I see it, but this is a full arm bruise after an angiogram. Doc said would take 3 to 4 weeks to get better. Day 3, holy moly, note the clearing around the patch. And then this is day 5. It's really something that you would never expect to happen, especially when the doctor already said it was going to take 3 to 4 weeks to go away. When we have scars, even scars that have been there for quite a while, this is a year-old scar after 1 month of using the X39 patch. Got a lot better. You want to take pictures of your scars before you start to use the X39 and then after, so we can look at that and see the difference also of your face and also possibly of your hair. I'm going to show you some really cool pictures of how people's hair has gotten better. This is a thumb. Initially blue, swollen, thumbnails kind of weird. 3 months of using X39 and truly looks much healthier. You aren't noticing the scar as much. The thumbnail's normal. It's not swollen. And then I mentioned the hair. Well, when you turn on younger genes, if you're meant to be growing hair, you're going to start to grow hair. And these are pictures of people who've used the X39 for a few months. This is actually the X39 and X49. And if your goal is to improve your hair, I would suggest those 2 patches. So this is day 1, 6 weeks, 10 weeks. There aren't any medical claims here. And it's important that you can go to YouTube and see a lot of great testimonies of people using these patches and having amazing improvements. This is kind of my new doctor's bag. My medicine cabinet, when I don't feel good, is I'm opening up and reaching for a patch. Now, if you could just pick one patch, we would choose the X39 because increasing that GHKCU, that instruction molecule, affects so many different body systems. If you're going to pick just 2, it would be the Performance Bundle, X39, X49. All these other patches have great benefits. Get with the person who referred you to watch this so you can learn about the other patches. But if you had to just pick one, it's the X39. As a board certified family doctor, as a functional medicine doctor, this is way in alignment. Using non-pharmaceutical ways to turn on people's healing, I can totally get behind, especially since it's backed by science, by independent researchers and universities looking at how these patches change people's lives. And then people say things like this: your tech gave me my life back. And it's as simple as, boop, put the patch on, wear it for a while. Now that's important. When we're trying to do inside out healing, we have to give it enough time. So you may not feel anything immediately. It doesn't mean it's not turning on those younger genes. It's not activating your stem cells. Then you have to give it time to start to do the healing. I suggest people give this at least a 3-month trial so you can truly see what's going to happen in your body, so that you can say something like, oh my gosh, my pain went away. This morning, somebody told me a story of decades of pain in their wrist going away in 3 days. That's remarkable. It doesn't always happen that fast, so you want to give it an adequate trial. And if you know a doc or an acupuncturist or a naturopath or any kind of healing arts, person in the healing arts, this is an essential item in their toolbox. Please connect them with me so that we can talk about how they could use this with their clients and help them feel better. So the time is really now. Get with the person who asked you to watch this video. They probably are able to connect with me. If you have questions for me specifically about how you can turn on your own stem cells and turn on your body's healing, please help us share this information and get out there and shine. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.